All right, what it freaking do, y'all? Your boy is back on the grind one more time. My boy is back at it again, man. And I don't know if you just saw, but I got the car back on jack stands. I think from my last video, I don't know if you guys saw that I actually backed it out, and I actually drove it too as well. Had some few issues, minor issues, but we back in the garage. Now it's back on jack's hands because the dang transmission pan is still leaking. So it had a really bad leak before. Fixed it. I actually got a new pan and new gasket and everything, but I think it was partially my fault because, for one, I overfilled the pan on accident. I just started putting oil in, not really thinking. When you're doing tons of things, trying to get a car back on the road, and you have all these different tasks you got to do, sometimes your mind just kind of goes blank, so to speak. So anyways, long story short, I put a few quarts in, and then without it running, and it started to kind of leak. Well, it did leak out of the oil dipstick tube area because I got an aftermarket one. That thing didn't work, so I took it back. I went back with an original style, sealed it up, it's good to go. But I don't know if I had the pan torqued good enough, but anyways, it started to seep out. So I think that gasket got compromised because when I went to tighten it back up, it actually held, but it still kind of leaked a little bit. And I found out that it's actually leaking out of the transmission shaft seal. There's a gasket that goes around that, and what that is on the transmission little shaft selector deal that the shift linkage hooks up to. Around that little shaft, there's a seal. I had no idea, but I saw that it was leaking around that. And I don't know if maybe that was actually leaking and it was kind of like running down the pan and then dripping and making it look like the pan was leaking. Possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. But anyways, long story short, it was leaking. So what I did is I took the pan back off, got a new gasket. This time I used a tiny little bit of RTV. I know technically you're not supposed to or you don't have to, but I did just for a little bit of added assurance, just a little bit, just a light coat, and put that on there. Then I got a seal, which looks like this right here, you guys. And what it is, just like it has a hard outer shell, and then in the inner, it has like a rubber O-ring or gasket. And you have to buy this damn special tool in order to get it out. Now, I don't know if you guys can kind of see there. There's the old one that I pulled out. Well, actually, that's the second one. So to make a long story short, I took out the other one with ease. It was actually pretty easy. Installed the new one, and being my first time, not really knowing, I compromised the gasket. So the shaft is not totally true. It's not round. There's a couple lips that you have to get it over. When I put it in, I saw one of the lips caught one of the gaskets, and I didn't like it. So try to pull it back out. Well, it was a pain in the butt to pull out because this damn thing didn't really fit around the shaft very good. It didn't grasp on this new gasket seal at all, and I went for about an hour trying to get it out. Luckily, I ordered a second one just in case because I had trouble getting this one locally. So I was like, you know what, let me just order one from Amazon. So I had that one here, and the second one actually worked. So shout out to me for thinking ahead. But anyways, long story short, got it out and then put the new seal back in. And sure enough, when I put it back in, I saw that it was catching again. So then I just lightly kind of just, you know, maneuvered it in and it was good to go. Tapped it in. They give you a little deal to tap it in. It goes over the shaft and it goes right around that seal. Pop it right in. You're good to go. Super easy to install. So, well, once you have it down. But anyways, this video is actually in regards to these wheels. So let me flip this camera around and show you guys what's up. Anyways, this video is trying to make these wheels fit. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the original pan was using these wheels the whole time. The wife was like, put the Chevelle wheels on my truck. And I was like, what? And I was like, you know what? That actually probably look a lot better. So what I did is, in order just to get it to roll and drive, I put these ones on. These ones are the little 5-spoke ones that were on the Chevelle before. And they fit on there no problem. But these ones actually fit on there no problem. I did have to shave the lip a little bit, so we're good on that. Now that's good. But up here is the issue. So the hub right here is actually too big for the bore on this wheel. Being that this wheel is made for the Chevelle, I specifically had them made for the Chevelle, so they took the specs for the Chevelle and cut them, made them for the Chevelle and not for this. So it's only about 2 millimeters off. Where's my gauge at? Yeah, right here. So this thing has been great. Good old trusty Harbor Freight. So yeah, so it's 2 millimeters off. So let me open this up and I'll show you guys what 2 millimeters looks like. Okay, so that's 2 millimeters off, you guys. Yeah, see that? That's how wide that is. That's how much wider that one is than that one. So, had a few ideas. And being that I'm using adapters anyway, I thought, well, maybe I can use an adapter. So I tried to put this adapter on. This is the 1.25" adapter. That's how I found out that hub was too big. So then I ordered 2-inch adapters. Well, 2-inch adapters make it stick out too far because it wouldn't even, the wheel wouldn't even go on any portion of the hub. Well, just a little bit over the hub. But the 2 inches actually made the wheel stick out too far, and it was going to hit the outer portion of the fender there. So I was like, well, maybe I can. I thought 1.5" would be too short. Ordered 1.5" ones, too short. Thought 1 3/4" would be perfect because the amount of space that I saw, the gap was about 1/2 inch. So I found some 1 3/4", which are really tough to find, you guys. They don't really make them. They're not too common, I should say. So ordered those, and it was still too short. So then I only had 2 options. Either find somebody that could cut out the bore on that one, which I didn't want to do, or shave this down, as you guys can see, which I did. So it took me a little while. That's because I really took my time to do it, and I didn't want like it out of round. I wanted it as round as I could, just because I was doing it freehand. And guys, it actually turned out pretty good. I mean, you see some minor imperfections. I could probably smooth them out if I really wanted to, but man, it actually turned out really good. So what I did, and I'm gonna give a shout out to, I don't know if you guys follow Cat Loco, but he hasn't really been on YouTube or really social media at all lately, but I initially saw him post this a few years back, and when Milwaukee said they were gonna come out with this right angle grinder here. So this thing has been awesome, you guys, awesome. And what I did, as you can see, I already have this one mocked up, just different lines here, so I kind of know where I'm at. But I just kind of just went around 1/4 of the section, and I counted my passes just so I know how even I am on both sides. So that way when I turned it, I could go the same amount of passes, turn it again, go the same amount of passes, turn it again, go the same amount of passes. So that way I'm minimizing this hub from being kind of out of round and off-centered, because I need it as centered as possible for the wheel. And what I did too, and this is how I get caught up because I'm trying to do jobs fast and whatnot, I just allowed the grinder to do its job. I didn't try to over press it down. I just applied minimal pressure, that's it, and it actually did the job really nicely. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that right now, like I said, while the baby is sleeping, and I have the wheel here, and I'll keep putting it on and off. So what I'll probably do is I probably won't film it. Maybe I'll do a short little time lapse of me, at least maybe doing the first section. I don't want to bore you guys with that, but that's essentially what I did. And then I'll show you the final product with the wheel on. But what this also does too is it allows me to use the shorter adapters, the 1.25" instead of the wider ones, because I actually need as much room for this wheel to stick in as much as I can. All right, so let me go ahead and start and attack this, and then I'll chime back in here. This wheel a few times, and when I first put it on, well, actually this will be the third time, I believe. When I first put it on, it was almost like not really dead on, but it was really close. So it's good now that I kind of got a grasp on what to do and where to take off and how much and whatnot. It's gone a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this one on. Oh gosh, keep forgetting I gotta put the adapter on. So I usually just put a couple lug nuts on just to hold it in place. That's one. And two. Man, that impact was one of the best purchases I've had as far as tools go. So if this goes on, I'm actually going to go inside and check on the little man and probably spend some time with him. But, oh man. So it's pretty close. You can see kind of how wobbly it is. That means it's hitting somewhere. But I can tell it's pretty dang close. I mean, actually, I don't know. That might be it, you guys. Let me just put these on. Let me put a couple on and see. Sometimes it's wobbly like that because if the holes aren't perfectly centered. Oh, is my knee in the way? Shoot. Yeah, it's I think it needs one more pass because there's no space, which is good. But I had to use the impact to actually press it on, which is fine. I'd rather have it a little tighter than not, but sometimes when that happens, and you press it on, later when you want to take off the wheel again, it's a bitch to get off. So anyways, let's see, we'll take it off. But yeah, you can see, y'all, no gaps, no space in between the adapter and the wheel. So that's actually on there straight. So we're pretty dang close. So let me go ahead and take this off. What I'll probably do, you guys, is take this off, make one more pass, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I don't want to leave him alone too much. He's actually just right inside the door, right over here. I have the door open and I can hear him if he makes any noise. So let me go ahead and do this now, then I'll chime back in with the final product. So what is up, y'all? It is like the next day or so, and your boy is drenched. It literally has gone up about 15 to 20 degrees. Hot this weekend, and it is smoky out. I am drenched because I was stuck in the sun under the car because the tailgate, they didn't put all the bolts in. I don't know why, at least on the left side. The right side, they probably couldn't get them in because it was just offline a little bit. I was under there for like an hour dealing with that one bolt, so I had to break out my tap and die set, tap it, and I think I might have cross-threaded it and tapped it at the same time. But anyways, it's in there, it's good, and it looks like it went in kind of straight, so we should be good. But anyways, you guys, I spent quite a bit of time on these wheels, as you guys know. This wheel took me a little bit longer, but that one, just because I knew what I was doing, went in a lot faster. So I'm not gonna make this part of the video very long. I'm gonna flip this camera around, show you guys what's up. I haven't even lowered it, so I don't even know what it looks like, you guys. So this is the first time I'm seeing it with these wheels on. This is the first time we're gonna see the stands together. So let me flip this camera around, show you guys what's up. All right, you guys, so here we go. It's on jack stands, right? Actually, it's on the jack right now. And we're gonna see, but ooh, I'm excited about it. I'm liking how the rear is sitting. It's sitting really nice. So let me go ahead and find my, where is it at? My stand. Where's my stand at? Hold on, y'all. And of course, as I'm setting you guys up, this dang thing wants to shut off. But anyways, let me go ahead and lower this vehicle. I'm gonna lower the jack so you guys can see again. First time you seen it, first time I'm seeing it. Moment of truth. Let's go. If I can let it down slow. Oh no. Oh no, I see a drip. You gotta be kidding me. Where's that drip coming from? I see a drip somewhere. Oh. Hopefully it's not coming from the brakes. Hold on, y'all. Let me clean this up real quick. Moment of truth. All right, y'all, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of this stance. Ooh. Okay, and I'm liking it because it's clearing the fender. Should be good to go there. Both sides. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm liking that. It actually sits pretty, actually it's a little bit, looks like a little bit slight of a rake. And that is okay because I think the back might have lower, just slightly lower than the front initially. But being that these are 24s in the rear, 22s in the front, it might have almost compensated and leveled that out. So yeah, y'all, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of this. I'm ready to see this out in the sun, y'all. But let me do a couple things here first, and then I will get you a good visual here in a little bit. I think the wife's on her way home too, so I'm gonna have to. Yep, she just pulled in. So let me deal with a couple things here first. I'll chime back in a moment.